Hi, my name is Joy Benjamin. I am sitting in Codex Brewing in North Canton, actually the site of one of our BrewPastors Bible studies, women Bible studies. So I'm here to share with you a little bit about my journey with BrewPastors and how this began. Prior to learning about BrewPastors, I was really seeking for myself some connection, a prayerful connection, people to be connected with. I just had recognized in my own personal life that I needed more of that. I needed some people to depend on and rely on in times that needed prayer and in times that needed praise. Well, one day my husband came home from work and said that he found on Facebook this group called BrewPastors, and he wanted to attend. And my immediate thought was, and statement to him was, well, you can't do that. You're not a pastor. And he said, no, I think it's more than just that. It's a group of folks that get together and enjoy beer and share the gospel with one another. So he went ahead and attended, and after a few times, he came home and said, you really should come. And at that time, I really wanted him to find some place that he could engage, that I didn't necessarily want to maybe interrupt. He continued to encourage me, and so I did. And the first night I went, Joe and Megan were leading. And I remember that night, the topic was on joy, which is my name. So I thought, okay, God, I hear you. And through just different circumstances that night and the night prior, he recognized that he was struggling with his job, and there happened to be a lady there who was doing the exact same line of work, so he could talk through some things with her. So it was very clear that God was leading us to BrewPastors, and from that point on, we continued together, and the journey began where we just connected with people and finally found that sense of family that we were looking for, and finding connection with people that were walking through life. We were just some common people that just needed to be connected and have support in our life for our kids, for ourselves, through the challenges that life hands us. And BrewPastors became that for us. Eventually, I moved into the ladies' Bible study, which I was really excited to hear we were going to start, because I just wanted to be able to listen to other moms, other families, other ladies who are going through life with similar circumstances and or different. And so through that, I was able to connect with people, allow them into my life, which was not an easy thing. And it's been probably the biggest blessing that I've experienced thus far. At one point, my husband and I were invited to Vision Night with BrewPastors, and my thought was, why us? Like, what is it about us? We're just a couple that just is really very normal, very common. There's nothing really super special about us. But attending that night, I realized that God was asking more from us than just attend and be a part of and connect with him in different ways. But really, God was asking us to connect with more people and to share more of who we were with others that maybe we're looking for a similar connection that we were looking for. So it's been a challenge for me, honestly, to open up and share. But in doing so, I have made some pretty amazing friendships and connections through that. And I can say that I remember Megan saying to me early on, there was just something about me that drew her towards me. And I felt that same connection. And I couldn't figure out what is taking place, and it's only by God that those things happen. And I couldn't be more pleased with being a part of BrewPastors and having a place that I can depend on when times get to be a struggle, or when I want to share the amazing things God's done in my life and continuing to do. And I see this ministry just continuing to blossom and connect with people and bring people closer to Jesus, which is exactly what we're all here to do. So I couldn't be more pleased to be a part of it and to continue to support it whatever way God is asking me to do. My husband and I have been volunteering for BrewPastors and will continue to, because we truly believe in the mission that they have. This has also been a time that I have been able to share ministry with other women. And authentically, I went through a period during this season of feeling like I couldn't hear God. A very flat season is the best I can describe it, where I couldn't hear his message. I couldn't understand what he was trying to tell me through different areas of my life. And I remember sharing that pretty authentically one evening in a meeting that we had. And over time, attending and listening and reading and just connecting and hearing perspective, because I think for me that's been important, is when I read the Bible, I have a perspective of what I think that's saying, but to hear what other folks are saying definitely speaks to me. And during that time, I've been able to finally hear God's voice again in my mind, and he's asked me to do things that I at first thought, are you sure? But by being faithful to that, it's helped me to draw my heart closer to others where I see him asking, and to be able to follow through with meeting people's needs that just needed the Lord and needed maybe my prayer and support. So that's been a very fruitful part for me, for sure, because that's what we're here to do. And I needed reminders that was inside of me still. So I would just encourage anyone who's listening, who's questioning maybe where you're sitting right now in your relationship with the Lord, or what your purpose might be. BrewPastors could be the place that you find that. It is an amazing group of people that share their love for Jesus, that connect with people in amazing ways, support and love them. I can safely feel like it's a judgment-free zone. You just come and as you are, in whatever situation that you're sitting in life. And I would encourage you to connect and recognize that this is a place that anyone is welcome, and you can love yourself and love Jesus so easily.